The Holy Land, a place of miracles. For Christians it was sacred. But in the 12th century, Muslims ruled Jerusalem. European kings launched crusades to win it back. The Third Crusade was one such attempt. It was a fight for God's favor. Richard the Lionheart, King of England. He was a brave warrior known for his courage and strength. Facing him was Salahuddin Ayubi, the Sultan, a brilliant leader. He united Muslims against the Crusaders. Richard wanted to capture Jerusalem. Salahuddin vowed to defend it. A clash was inevitable. Richard arrived in the Holy Land in 1191. He captured the port of Acre. It was a strategic victory. Next, Richard marched south. His target, Jaffa, another important city. But Salahuddin's army shadowed him, waiting for the right moment to strike. The two armies met near Arsuf, a place destined to be etched in the annals of history. The Crusaders, led by the formidable Richard the Lionheart, faced the equally determined forces of Salahuddin. The tension in the air was palpable as both sides prepared for a confrontation that would decide the fate of the Holy Land. It was a hot September day, the sun beating down mercilessly on the soldiers clad in heavy armor. Richard's army, known for its discipline and strategic prowess, stood ready. The men, though weary from the long march, were resolute and prepared to fight for their cause. They formed a defensive line, shields interlocked, creating an impenetrable barrier. Suddenly the sky darkened as a volley of arrows rained down upon them. Salahuddin's forces, known for their agility and fierce combat skills, launched a relentless attack, testing the Crusaders' defenses. The air filled with the clash of steel as swords met shields in a symphony of war. Richard's knights, trained for such brutal encounters, held firm against the onslaught. The battlefield was a chaotic dance of life and death, each side vying for dominance. For hours the battle raged on, neither side willing to yield. Exhausted soldiers fought with every ounce of strength they had left, their determination unwavering. The ground beneath them was stained with sweat and blood, a testament to the ferocity of the conflict. The Muslims fought with fervor, their spirits unbroken despite the relentless pressure from the Crusaders. Salahuddin's forces, driven by a deep sense of purpose and faith, continued to press forward, their resolve as strong as ever. The Crusaders, though outnumbered, were resolute. Their courage and determination shone through as they stood their ground, fighting bravely against overwhelming odds. The Battle of Arsuf was a true test of endurance, strategy, and sheer willpower. Richard saw his chance. He ordered a counterattack. The battlefield was a chaotic mess of clashing swords and shouting men. Richard, with his keen eye for strategy, noticed a weakness in Salahuddin's lines. He knew this was the moment to strike. His voice boomed across the field, rallying his knights for a decisive charge. The Crusader knights, with a mighty roar, charged. Their armor glinted in the sunlight as they surged forward, a wave of steel and determination. The ground trembled under the hooves of their horses, and the air was filled with the sound of battle cries and the clash of weapons. It was a sight to behold, a testament to their bravery and resolve. Salahuddin's army was caught off guard. They broke and fled. The sudden and fierce counterattack shattered their ranks, causing panic and confusion. Soldiers who had been so confident moments before now found themselves in a desperate scramble for survival. The once formidable army was now a disorganized mob, retreating in disarray. Richard was victorious at Arsuf. His name would be remembered for this great triumph. The Crusaders celebrated their hard-won victory, their spirits lifted by the success of their daring maneuver. Richard stood tall, a symbol of their strength and leadership, his presence inspiring those around him. But victory came at a cost. The battlefield was strewn with the bodies of the fallen, a grim reminder of the price of war. The air was heavy with the scent of blood and the cries of the wounded. It was a somber scene, contrasting sharply with the earlier jubilation. Many brave men lay dead on both sides. The loss was felt deeply by all, as friends and comrades were mourned. The cost of victory weighed heavily on the hearts of the survivors, a stark reminder of the sacrifices made. The battlefield, once a place of fierce combat, was now a silent testament to the horrors of war. The road to Jerusalem was still long. Despite the victory, the Crusaders knew their journey was far from over. The path ahead was fraught with challenges and dangers, but their resolve was unshaken. They marched on, driven by their faith and the hope of reclaiming the holy city. The Battle of Arsuf was just one chapter in their epic quest. The Battle of Arsuf was a turning point in the Third Crusade, fought on September 7, 1191. It was a clash between the forces of Richard the Lionheart and the Ayyubid army, led by Sultan Salahuddin Ayubi. The battle took place near the coastal city of Arsuf, in present-day Israel. Richard showed his military skill by leading a disciplined and strategic charge. His forces, though outnumbered, managed to break through the enemy lines. The knights, clad in heavy armor, demonstrated remarkable bravery and coordination, which played a crucial role in their victory. But despite this significant victory, Richard failed to capture Jerusalem. The Holy City remained under Muslim control, a testament to the resilience and strategic prowess of Salahudin. The Crusaders' dream of reclaiming Jerusalem was left unfulfilled, casting a shadow over their triumph at Arsuf. The Third Crusade ended in a truce, known as the Treaty of Jaffa, signed in 1192. This agreement allowed Christian pilgrims access to the holy sites in Jerusalem, while the city itself remained under Muslim control. It was a compromise that brought a temporary peace to the war-torn region. Richard returned to England a hero, celebrated for his bravery and leadership. His exploits in the Holy Land became legendary, and he was immortalized in songs and stories. However, his return was not without challenges, as he faced political turmoil and captivity on his journey back. Salahuddin remained a respected leader, admired for his chivalry and wisdom. His ability to unite the Muslim world and defend Jerusalem against the Crusaders earned him a lasting legacy. He's remembered as a symbol of resistance and a paragon of leadership in Islamic history. Arsuf reminds us of the brutality of war, the clash of civilizations, and the enduring human spirit. The battlefield, now silent, echoes the cries of warriors and the clash of swords. It stands as a somber reminder of the sacrifices made and the lives lost in the pursuit of glory and faith. It is a tale of courage and faith, where knights and soldiers fought not just for land but for their beliefs and ideals. The Crusaders, driven by their religious fervor, and the Muslim defenders, united in their resolve, created a narrative of heroism and devotion that transcends time, a story that is still told today. The legacy of Arsuf lives on in the ruins of castles, in the pages of history books, and in the hearts of those who study the past. It is a chapter that continues to inspire and teach us about the complexities of human conflict and the enduring quest for peace.